Welcome friends. Right now we have been discussing about the journal entries with regard to issue of shares of a company, and we have discussed uh, two methods. In the first method is actually the usual method that consists of due entries and cash entries, and an alternate method is there for the same, that is the application. If application and allotment money is collected together or dealt together, that is known as alternate method. And another method is when transactions are recorded in such a way that cash transactions are directly posted in the cash book, whereas all other due entries will be posted in the journal. So let us discuss a practical case with regard to that. Then you will get a clear picture regarding the journal entries which we have discussed previously. Next case. The authorized capital of a limited company is rupees 2 lakhs divided into 20,000 equity shares of 10 each. That is, 20,000 equity shares are there. Each individual share is worth rupees 10. So total amount of capital that is raised to 20,000 shares is 20,000 into 10, 2 lakhs. That is how the share capital value or the number of shares with the denomination is computed. Sometimes these details will be directly given, or sometimes instead of giving rupees 2 lakh it will be written like issued 20,000 shares of 10 each. So you have to assume that total of 2 lakh has been raised. The company issued 16,000 shares to the public, payable 2 on application, 3 on allotment, 3 on first call, and 2 on final call. So in the question, authorized capital is given, and we have learned that authorized capital is the maximum limit the company intended to raise, but it doesn't mean that the same has to be issued to the public. Here in this question, out of 20,000 equity shares, the company is issuing only 16,000 shares. So you have to deal with the computations with regard to application, allotment, first call and second call with regard to 16,000 shares, and don't take 20,000 because it is authorized capital. So you have to do the computation on the basis of 16,000 shares because it is specifically mentioned that the company issued 16,000 shares to the public, and it consists of application 2, allotment 3, 3 on first call and 2 on second call. This is a case of 2 call situation, that is first call and final second call or final call. We can say it as final call. In order to use a second call, you will use final call. If there are 3 calls, it will be written like first call, second call, and for the third call they will use the term final call. So final call can be given to any call that is the last one or last installment. All shares were subscribed and amounts duly received past journal entries for the issue of shares. So there is no issues with regard to calls in arrears or calls in advance like that. All amount has been received on time. So just you need to collect the amount and pass journal entries like that, which we have learned previously. So in the last session we have discussed about the pattern. Now we are going to implement those patterns journal entries in this question. And thing is, in this question you are asked to prepare the necessary accounts on the basis of these 3 situations. So what are these 3 situations? First one, no direct record is made in the cash book. No direct record is made in the cash book means the cash transactions has to need not have to be entered in the cash book. You can write the cash transaction in the form of journal. That is the first method itself. No direct record is made in the cash book. That means you have to write down all the journal entries in the journal book, all the cash entries as well as the due entries. Don't worry about the cash book because it is mentioned that no direct record, so don't need to worry about the cash book situation or the second method. Combined application allotment amount is prepared. That is the situation where alternate method of the first method. We have learned that first method, alternate of the first method, and second method. These 3 situations are there. So this is the alternate method of first one. And finally, direct record is made in the cash book. That is the final method, or otherwise known as second method. So you have to prepare all these. And in most cases, in the university exam, they might ask any one of the situation, but we can always say that it will be like that. So always prepare for dealing all these three situations. So let us begin with our computations. First case, no direct record is made in the cash book. That means you simply have to pass the necessary journal entries. So first one, first method, no direct record is made in the cash book, otherwise known as a simple journal entry. I hope you all know the procedure for writing the journal. It is a form consists of date, particulars, ledger folio, debit and credit. I hope you know the concept of ledger folio. In the computations or in your study life, you haven't used this column LF or ledger folio. Actually, ledger folio means when you pass a journal entry in respective journal book, or in this book, when you pass a journal entry, it will be recorded or posted in a specific ledger. If you are written a journal entry, purchase account debted to a supplier or a person or a creditor. So you have to pass these two journal entries or these entries in two ledger books, that is in the purchase paybook and in the creditor's ledger. So in ledger folio, where you have recorded that or where you have posted that journal, that will be written here. In which part the ledger folio this journal entry has been passed. So you can easily identify this journal details in the ledger book. For that purpose only ledger folio is used. It is actually used in the actual business situation. During our studies and computation, we need not have to use ledger folio. Okay, let us begin. How many shares has been issued to the public? 16,000. And application of rupees 2. 2 means 2 per share. How many shares we issued to the public? 16,000 shares. So 16,000 shares were each worth rupees 2. So how much was the amount collected through issue of shares in the form of subscription? That is bank account debit to equity share application account 32,000. That is 16,000 into 2. So by way of subscription, company has received an amount of 32,000. So first entry has been passed. Next one, you need to pass the due entry. Due entry means you have to transfer this amount to the respective share capital account. So the entry will be equity share capital application account debted to equity share capital. Write down the same amount. See, first is the payment entry, next is the due entry. So we have successfully completed the first one, first stage, that is with regard to application. Next one, to those shareholders who have subscribed, you are providing the shares in the form of allotment. And so next one, allotment of rupees 3. So from allotment onwards, you have to pass the due entry first. After that, the payment entry is recorded, because in the first case the shareholders subscribe first, then only it will be transferred to the concerned share capital. But after they have been allotted the shares, the company intimate them to pay. So the due entry will be written first. Once the intimation is made, the subscribed shareholders will pay. That is why due entry first, after that payment entry from the rest of the cases. So next one, with regard to allotment, how much is allotment? Rupees 3 per share. How many shares were issued? 16,000 shares. So equity share allotment account debted to equity share capital, 16,000 into 3, 48,000. So we have passed the due entry. Remember, in this case here narration is not mentioned, but in the examination you must write down the narration, because there is definitely marks for the narration. If you fail to write down the narration, surely you will get less marks. So what is the narration with regard to equity share allotment account to equity share capital? Being the allotment money due on 16,000 shares at rupees 3 per share as per the resolution of board of directors. It is a common narration just go through it and write down in all the questions. Whatever the case may be, you will be writing the same narration again and again. So it's not a big deal writing a narration with regard to each entry. So try to write down the narration. So we have written the due entry. Next one, the payment has been received. So the entry will be bank account debited to equity share allotment, same amount 48,000. The narration with regard to this particular entry will be being allotment money received on 16,000 shares at rupees 3 per share. So we have received the money of allotment. Next one, first call. Again the same procedure, due entry, equity share first call account debited to equity share capital, 3 rupees, 16,000 shares, so 16 into 3, 48,000. Its narration will be being share first call due on 16,000 shares at rupees 3 per share as per resolutions of the board of directors. So we have passed the due entry with regard to equity share first call. Now let us write down the payment entry. So bank account debtor to equity share first call, the same amount, because here also 16,000 shares of rupees 3 each. And the narration of this journal entry will be being first call money received on 16,000 shares at rupees 3. And finally we are going to the last call, otherwise known as second call, or we can say final call. Equity share second call and final call, or bar final call, account debited to equity share capital, amount here it is 2, 16,000 shares of rupees 2, so 16,000 into 2, 32,000. And finally you will receive the amount with regard to that from the subscribed shareholders. The entry will be, and remember to pass the narration of each journal entry. Here the narration of this particular entry will be being share second and final call. We used to add the term final on the particular call. If the first call was the last one, we could have used first and final call. Here the second call is the last call, so we use the term second and final call. So likewise, so being share second and final call due on 16,000 shares at rupees 2 per share as per the resolutions of the board of directors. And finally the bank entry, bank account debited to equity share second and final call, amount the same amount 32,000. Since there are no issues with regard to advance payment or refund or calls in arrears or calls in advance, all the amounts will be the same. That is, due entry and bank entry will be the same. So the narration with regard to this entry is being share second and final call, money received on 16,000 shares at rupees 2 per share. So these are the journal entries. And previously we have learned many 8 journal entries with regard to, more than 8 journal entries with regard to issue of shares and the collection of money. That is, in those cases we have discussed almost all the scenarios. When a refund is made, what is a journal entry? When calls in arrears and call, we didn't discuss about calls in arrears and calls in advance. We discussed about only the refund and other special cases. So these are the journal entries that usually come in a question if there are no special adjustments or cases is mentioned in the question. So these are the common entries that has to be passed with regard to issue of shares. There are no other entries has to be passed unless if there is any special cases mentioned in the question. So we have successfully completed the first method, that is writing down all the journal entries with regard to each of these transactions, or in the simple terms we can say when no direct cash is made in the cash flow. Next one, for the second part is you have to prepare all these journal entries by considering the fact that in second case you have to merge together the application and allotment cases. So let us deal with that. So combined application and allotment account is prepared. It is otherwise known as alternate method of the first method, that is known as combined application and allotment account. So we are going to pass the respective journal entries which we have passed right now, but with slight changes. So how we are going to deal with that? We will write down the share allotment and application entries together. That is with regard to every journal entry, every case, whether it is an application or allotment, we will have two entries. One is a due entry and other is a payment entry. In case of alternate method, the thing is, remember, in the due entry you will bring together application amount details and allotment amount details, but at the time of payment time or at the time of entering payment entries, you have to write down the entry for application separately and for allotment separately. Remember that. Now let us discuss, then you will get the clear idea which I have mentioned now. First entry, let us begin with bank, because whenever the company issues shares, the first activity done with regard to issue shares is receiving the subscription money, or the subscribers subscribe the shares of the company. So first one, receiving the subscription money. So first one, bank account up to equity share application. This was the thing which we have learned until now, but this is a case where you have to bring together application and allotment account. So write down to equity share application and allotment account 32,000. Remember, I have mentioned that in this method you have to bring together application allotment. So application amount is 2 into 16,000 32,000, and 3 into 16,000 48,000. It is something big, but the payment entries should be shown separately, even though we are writing the application allotment together. So here we will show only the detail of application, because application receiving the application or subscription of the application money is the first thing that is going to happen. After that only allotment money is received. That is why only the application money details will be entered here, even though application allotment account is mentioned in the journal entry. So first one, 16,000 into application money, 16,000 into 2, 32,000. So the journal entry will be narration will be application money received on 16,000 shares of rupees 2 per share. Once the amount is received, we have to pass the due entry. But in case of due entry, remember, you have to show both the application and allotment amounts. So the entry will be share application and allotment account debtor to share capital. See, the amount is 80,000. How did we got 80,000? I will explain it in the next journal entry. So we have recorded the payment entry and due entry. And did we collected all the payments with regard to application and allotment? No, we only collected with regard to application. We need to collect about allotment. So next entry, bank account debtor to share application and allotment. Same entry will be passed. The only difference is in this entry you will be showing the amount details of allotment. See, what is the amount of allotment? Rupees 3, 16,000 shares, 3 into 16,000, 48,000. And now let us discuss the second entry, share application allotment account debtor to share capital. Here I have mentioned that you have to show the amounts of both application and allotment. So that is 32,000 plus 48,000, you will get 80,000. This is how you have got 80,000 as the amount in the second journal entry. I hope you have understand the concept. In the case application allotment amounts or accounts has to be maintained together, the only thing is payment has to be collected in two separate journal entries, that is passed in between share application and allotment account. I hope you have understand the concept. And the journal entries of the second entry is the narration of second entry is application. Here this one, application and allotment money on 16,000 shares at rupees 5 per share. How come we got 5 per share? Because application is 2 and allotment is 3. So 2 plus 3, 5. 5 per share. So 5 into 16,000, you will get 80,000. Or you can add these two amounts. All these are interconnected. You can either on the base compute the amounts on the base of shares or you can compute on the base of considering the total amounts likewise. So computations or journal entry with regard to this particular method is over. This was the special case which has to be considered. The remaining methods or the remaining journal entries is almost similar to the entries which we have passed in the first method. So application allotment money is details are complete. Next one, first call. So first call, you have to first write down the due entry. Equity share first call account up to equity share capital. First call is rupees 3 into 16,000, 48,000, and its narration will be first call money due on 16,000 shares at rupees 3 per share. You may think that in the first method the narration of this particular journal entry was different. The thing is, there is no strict rule regarding you have to write this these type of lines or wordings for that particular journal entry. There is no rule regarding writing narration. The thing is, you have to mention what is happening in that journal entry. That should be in a simple words mentioning the nature of the transaction. That is the purpose of narration. So at least write something that relating to that particular journal entry in the narration. If you learn for a common steps that has to be written, write down the same in almost all the cases. So due entry is passed. Next one, bank entry. You will receive the payment of this particular journal entry, that is bank account up to equity share first call 48,000. So we have completed that. And last one, second and final call, otherwise known as final call. Again, due entry has to be passed. Equity share second and final call account debtor 32,000, because your final call is rupees 2 into 16,000, 32,000. Journal entry second and final call money due on 16,000 shares at rupees 2 per share. And finally, the receipt of payment with regard to the second and final call entry, bank account up to equity share second and final call 16,000 into 2, 32,000. The narration is second and final call money received. See, very easy, simple narration. So don't forget to write down the narration. So we have successfully completed the second case, that is combined application and allotment account is prepared. So this is how you have to prepare. If there are no other adjustments that is specifically mentioned in the question, all the entries will be like this, whatever the case may be. Even if it is the amount is same or different, the entries will be the same if there are no special adjustments mentioned in the question. So now let us go to the next one. When direct record is made in the cash book, that means instead of writing the journal entry for the bank transactions or cash transactions, you will directly post that particular journal entry in the respective cash book. So you need not have to write down or pass that particular journal entry. But remember, you have to pass all other due entries, but in case of bank entries, you have to directly post it in the cash book. No entry has to be passed. So let us go to the second method. When direct record is made in the cash book, in that case you have to prepare a journal as well as a bank account. You know the drill. It will have date, particulars, ledger folio, debit and credit, and bank account is just like a T statement or T-shape account consisting of particulars amount, debit side, credit side. I hope you all know the basics of preparation of accounts. So first one, when a company issues shares as part of their raising capital, the first and the foremost entry will be the receipt of subscription amount. So receipt of subscription means it is a cash transaction, or we can use bank transaction, whatever that is mentioned in the question. So first entry is bank transaction. So do we have to pass the journal entry? No, because we are dealing with the second method where bank transactions are directly recorded in the respective bank account. So first entry is bank account debted to equity share application So the entry will be bank account up to equity share application 32,000. Amount is 16,000 into 2, 32,000. So once bank entry is received, next you need to pass. In this case, you need not have to worry about narration because you have posted the same in the ledger account. There is no narration in the ledger account. Only thing is narration is required in the preparation of journals. So first entry is passed, that is payment entry. Once the payment of subscription money is received, it has to be transferred to the respective capital account. So the due entry will be equity share application account up to equity share capital 32,000, that is 16,000 into 2. See, this is how you have to write down the narration. Being share application money at rupees 2 per share on 16,000 shares transferred to equity share capital account. You need not have to write all these sentences as per the stated in the text. If you can write down this narration, it will be much better. If not, write down in your own words. Anyway, you must write down the narration. So first section is over. Next one with regard to allotment. For allotment, the first entry will be the due entry, that is equity share allotment account up to equity share capital. Allotment is 3. Number of shares is 16,000. 16,000 into 3, 48,000. Its narration is being allotment money due on 16,000 shares at rupees 3 per share. So next entry is the payment with regard to allotment. The entry will be bank account up to equity share allotment. So it will be written like this: to equity share allotment 48,000. So we have completed application and allotment details. Next one, first call. First call is almost it's similar to the share allotment situation. First due entry, so equity share first call account up to equity share capital 48,000. Here also the same amount, 3 on first call. Number of shares is 16,000. So total 16,000 into 3, 48,000. So due entry has been passed. So next one is bank entry. Bank entry will be bank account up to equity share first call. So equity share first call is 48,000. Next one, last one, second and final call rupees 2. The entry will be equity share second and final call account up to equity share capital 16,000 into 2, 32,000. And entry will be narration will be being share second and final call due on 16,000 shares at rupees 2 per share. You can write in your own words. And next one, and you have to pass the respective payment entry with regard to second and final call. The entry will be to equity share second and final call 32,000. So we have successfully recorded all the journal entries and we have posted the necessary bank entries or payment entries in the respective bank account. And the last you have to do is, since we are preparing a bank account, you have to balance this account. So how you are going to balance this account? It's very simple. Here only amounts only in this side, here there is nothing. So take the total, write down the total in both sides, here and here also. And here since there are no amounts, we can assume that the balance, closing balance by balance carried down is 1,60,000, and the same amount has to be carried forward to the next year since the company is a continuous activity. So to balance brought down 1,60,000. So we have successfully completed all the aspects that has to be recorded with regard to direct record is made in the cash flow method. I hope you have understood the concept. So go through these cases which we have discussed now. So beforehand, try to understand the journal entries which we have discussed previously, and after that go through this question. In here we have almost covered all the statements which we have discussed previously with regard to various journal entries that has to be passed in various methods. Go through it. We will discuss about the further cases with regard to issue of shares and other special cases and patterns. So until then, go through it. If you have any queries, please let me know. We will discuss about the further cases in the coming sessions.